As we just saw, South Korea wrapped up its World Cup campaign after losing to Brazil in the first knockout stage of the tournament. So, have the team achieved what they set out to do before the World Cup, and what comes next for South Korean football? We have football writer Steve Han to break Korea's performance in Qatar. Good afternoon as you're in the U.S.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again. How's it going?
Good, good. Well, first, let's talk about how Korea's World Cup campaign this time around was different from previous recent tournaments. Did you see any improvements?
That's not a trick question, is it? Because this is the first time Korea has advanced from the group stages of the World Cup in 12 years, and arguably the first time ever for Korea to play something that at least resembles a progressive style of football. So there's no question in my mind that the performance level of Korea at the World Cup this time around, especially compared to their performances in the previous two World Cups over the last decade or so, it's improved drastically. And could they have done better? Perhaps they could have, but they also could have done far worse. Let's remember that. So, this is the best football that Korea has played at a World Cup in terms of, my memory. So no question in my mind that they have improved. Korean football has improved under Paulo Bento. No question about that. And he has gotten this team to take the right step towards the right direction.
Right, and let's talk about Paulo Bento and the Korean team's future, as Paulo Bento confirmed that he won't be renewing his contract with the national team. What should the Korean national team prepare now and build from this for the 2026 World Cup in North America?
Right, and to beat Portugal, one of the best teams in Europe at a World Cup, and to advance to the last 16 of the World Cup for the first time in 12 years. All these things are obviously adding to the list of accomplishments for Korean football. But, what really sets Paulo Bento apart is that he has introduced the importance of, having a distinct style of play for Korean football, which is something that Korea has rarely had before at the world stage. And until 2018, it was more about, do whatever it takes to win for Korea. But now, having spent the last 4 years under one head coach, which Korea has never done before until they started working with Paulo Bento, Korea has put themselves in a position where they now have the experience of building a proper 4-year cycle for the World Cup. We look at this scary Brazilian team that beat Korea today. They've been under their head coach Tite for the last 6 years. And we look at the defending champions France. They've been under Didier Deschamps for the last 10 years. And the stability and patience, these are things that are so important when you're preparing for a tournament that only happens every 4 years. And, we can only hope that this experience that Korean football had with Paulo Bento has finally taught a lesson for Korea, for us to truly understand the importance of trusting the process and respecting the leadership that we've made an investment to take this game in our country to the next level.
Right, and to take us to the next level, we should talk about the upcoming stars. And you said before the tournament started, Hwang In-beom was going to shine at this tournament, and he did play well for all the games that he played. But there's another rising star that's catching people's attention, Cho Gue-sung, right? How do you see his future? Will he be in Europe soon?
No question, he's one of the standout players for Korea. It's truly an inspirational story with him because, until last year, he was playing in the K-League 2, which is the Korean football second division. And he was then able to win the Golden Boot in the K-League 1 this year, which is an inspirational story in and of itself. And during this World Cup, he edged out Hwang In-beom to win a starting place in the starting lineup for Korea. And Hwang In-beom, he was Paulo Bento's best goal-scoring player over the last 4 years. So just the fact that Cho Gue-sung was able to edge him out, it speaks volumes as to how far he has come in his career. And, we'll have to wait and see where he'll be playing his club football in a few months' time. But I've already heard from several sources that he's already attracting plenty of interest from European clubs. So, let's wait and see. But obviously, future very exciting for him.
Well, again, thank you for joining us throughout this World Cup process. And hope you have a great day. And we look forward to your insights throughout the rest of the World Cup. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.